Ho, 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 Matt Bustamante, LA Beast here. And why did I say ho, ho, ho? Because the main point of this message here today, not only on behalf of myself, but on behalf of somebody that definitely knows you, Anthony, together we say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Now, you know what? Is it Happy New Year's? No, it's not. It's Happy New Year. You know what? Great. So with that said, Matt, let's start the message off here. Let's all start doing the robot dance, specifically you. This has nothing to do with Christmas or the New Year. You need to get your bearings straight, my friend, as you're a big-time Dallas Cowboys fan. My question is, why are the Dallas Cowboys considered America's team? I think that's bullshit. And just like in 2017, I consumed 6 light bulbs in 10 minutes. Now, I always show this photo and I tell people eating light bulbs is not a bright idea. But also, Matt Bustamante, being a Cowboys fan is also not a bright idea. Why? Because you know what? People that like other teams hate the Cowboys. Now, if we're going to wrap this message up here about football, Matt and Anthony, but here I was in high school sacking the quarterback. And this is right before he fumbled the ball, and I recovered that fumble. But also, that guy right there, now what he was looking at, I was face masking the quarterback. So even though I look like a badass, none of that play ever really happened, technically. And then, as a defensive lineman, here I was. I actually scored a touchdown back in the year 2001. Now, and this is real. I've actually scored points on a football field. And then here I was. It was the Buffalo Bills playing the New York Jets. And I was yelling at a small child who was a Jets fan. Now, because that is how much I love the Buffalo Bills. And you know what? I have, in 2022, I drank a commemorative Miller Lite beer. And it was a Super Bowl beer to where the Dallas Cowboys beat the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. I drank that rusty beer to try and help the Bills win. And when it comes to the playoffs, the Bills suck. Oh. Okay, so you know what? With that said, Matt and Anthony, is this Emmitt Smith rookie card? Quite possibly everything's backwards there? Maybe. And if it is, if you'd like to send me a letter to my P.O. Box, which is LA Beast, P.O. Box 405, Hohokus, New Jersey, 07423, as an added Christmas gift because I don't want this in my possession, I will give you this Cowboys card to get it the hell out of here. So with that said, on Christmas Day, my friend, Matt, now the first thing that you should definitely do is stretch. Now, and what that does, it helps get the blood flowing. So I don't know how you're going to be celebrating Christmas this year, hopefully with friends and family. And if so, now, stretching, it'll definitely help you open the presents better. May I make a suggestion? You should, if you have a Christmas tree already, maybe you went and cut down the Christmas tree with the family, toss it. Get rid of it. Because you should definitely build a 6-foot rocket. And you know what? It actually took me about a month to figure out how to build a 6-foot rocket. You should build a 6-foot rocket Christmas tree and then launch it up into space. And you know what? That's not a great idea. I hope, Matt, that your Christmas this year in 2025 is a lot better than the few Christmas examples that I've had in past years that I'm going to share with you now. Specifically, I hope that your Christmas this year is better than mine was in 1988 as I was sitting on Santa Claus's lap. Was this at the mall? I have no idea. But the chair that he's sitting in definitely looks like it's from the 1980s, and I look sad and confused. So hopefully, whatever the opposite of sad and confused are, I hope you feel those emotions, Matt, on Christmas Day. This is actually I don't look happy here because on Christmas Day we lost power. But this is probably one of the more memorable Christmases that I had. And it was Christmas Eve. I went to bed early. I knew I had to be up the next day. My family was coming. And just like out of the blue, like my eyes shot open and I was like, what? I was like, what was that? And then it was just like, phew, phew, phew. And I was like, wow, it's a beautiful glow coming out of the window. Now, I went to the window. The road was on fire. Now, this giant tree branch blew out the entire power for like a few blocks. Now, the road was on fire, and I was like, holy shoot. Now, and I called 911 on Christmas Eve. And fair enough, even though we didn't have power, my wife and I, we opened up gifts. I was able to plug in a record player somehow to a generator, and we listened to records and opened up gifts. So, exactly. It's like when things seemingly seem like they're not going right, those could be those special moments that you'll remember forever. I have no idea what the hell I just said. I challenge you, Matt. I challenge you, Matt, and Anthony, for that matter, to do something that I have failed to do. And that was, I think I posted this video on Christmas Day in 2014, so like almost 11 years ago now. I tried and I failed to consume 96 shots of eggnog. So whatever that amount is, that caused me to spew eggnog into my Christmas tree, but I also spewed eggnog onto my bed and all over the carpet. The crazy thing is, in 2014, that when I lived with my EMT roommate, I probably spent, I think it was like $500 that I spent on carpet cleaner. I cleaned up the carpet many times after videos living in that apartment. And I actually get to write that off on my taxes because I'm a genius. All right, so, I definitely don't have any more Christmas photos here. But, Matt, if you wrote a letter to Santa Claus this year, hoping, hey, it could have been like, yeah, Dear Santa, I hope that the Dallas Cowboys don't suck this year. Which is, he didn't grant that wish because, in my opinion, the Cowboys always suck. I will give you this. Heck yeah for the Cowboys beating the Chiefs. I hate the Kansas City Chiefs more than I do the Cowboys. So you know what? Fist pound to that. And then you know what? Heading into the new year, I hope that your new year, well, right. If you wrote Santa Claus a letter, blah, 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 about the Cowboys, if you asked Santa Claus for gifts, Matt, I hope that you receive those gifts, even though it's within giving that we truly do receive. So heading into the new year, I hope that your new year doesn't suck like mine did as I headed into 2019. It was like the new year, my birthday was coming up in a couple days, and my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, surprised me with a trip down to Washington, D.C. And I'm a history major in college. I love history. And I wanted to see Abraham Lincoln's top hat at the Smithsonian Museum. And like literally as soon as you're like, welcome to Washington, D.C., like drove by the White House, on the radio, it's like, there's a government shutdown. It's like all museums, like everything like closed down literally as we got there. So I hope that your New Year's, there I was giving the double middle fingers. Up there I was giving the double middle fingers in front of the White House, pissing off those guys. In this photo, I actually had to walk through horse shit to get to the Lincoln Memorial. And then because I was so upset that I didn't get to see Abe Lincoln's hat, here I was disrespecting the Washington Monument. Now, in this photo, I think this photo right there is, in fact, my Twitter photo. And I like it. So, you know what? Even though, quite possibly, to start my new year off, it didn't start well. Exactly. I took a bad situation and I spun it into something positive by giving myself a picture to where it looks like the Washington Monument looks like a giant boner. So in conclusion, Matt Bustamante, Cowboys fan, which I disagree with, and Anthony, to you both. Now, I hope that as we're approaching, you know what? Words aren't coming out of my mouth. That's great. I hope as we're approaching Christmas and the New Year, that both of you have love in your hearts. I hope that your friendship continues to grow. And for both of you, to you and your families, I wish you nothing but health and happiness. The crazy thing is that 2025 is like already over. It seems like it just started yesterday. So crazy. If I can, well, you know what? I'm going to do it because I'm talking to my phone right now. I'm going to leave you off with a piece of advice, and that would be, in my opinion, if you need a great exercise, just remember, mowing the lawn is great exercise. here's a photo of me standing in front of a tiny car. And you may be asking, like, what is that on my head right there? That was my haircut. Back in 2005, when I was in college, people used to call me Helmet Head. You're darn right they did. To Matt, to Anthony, this is the LA Beast. And you know what, Matt? I filmed me, I ordered 3 expired food items from eBay. Now I filmed that 3rd item that I had. Now definitely taking a break from expired stuff heading into the new year, but I needed to take a couple weeks off before I had sat down and had to relive me trying to consume whatever that last item is. So I hope to edit that video ASAP, get it uploaded, definitely prior to the new year. Thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Stay tuned. I'll shut up now. Have a good day. I didn't hit the button.